welcome back to Thrasher's Ghetto Fab Garage, where today we're doing the third part of the dash swap here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So plan is, for this video, going to be adding some defroster ducts in here. These came with this Metropolitan dash. Figured they'll work. Going to try to grab something in here and in here. This was cut off the back here. This is up against the windshield. Part that I cut off. So I cut these out of here. I'm still on the fence how I want to do this. Don't know if I'm just going to go simple and just do them flat in here like this, or if I'm going to do something where they kind of angle up towards the window. You can see that. Do something like that. So I'm going to start working on this, see what I come up with, and then I'll post those up on the video. Got the first dash vent in here for the defrosters, ducts, and we can see come up pretty well. Got ductile screwing from the bottom here. Going to use this one that came out of the Metropolitan dash. Got this welded in here. I'll take a little bit of filler to get it back this nice and smooth and straight, but pretty good. So we're going to move over here, get the second one in on this next clip. I'll get the time lapse set up and show you guys how I built this. There, guys, I want to show the recess here. I got it made. Just welded these two pieces here on the side to kind of give it that the curved look there. As you can kind of see in the other one here how it kind of did the same thing. So I got it on there. I measured my distance from here, roughly 3/8 of an inch off the ashtray. Kind of found that edge there. Also this edge here, 1/2 inch off the front of the dash. So I got it clamped on here. I'm gonna go ahead and scribe around here. Cut it out. I can't use my tin snips on this because it's just a weird, kind of hard to get in there and do that. So I'm gonna have to do a little more grinding. Cut it with the cutoff wheel, and then grind it to fit and get it to slide down in there. Then we'll get it tacked in. And go from there. second vent in, second defroster vent here, as you can see. And it's all nice, weld, ground, smooth. Looks pretty close to this one, maybe a little bit different, but I think a little body filler will fix that up just fine. And then, so back here, kind of bolted the defroster ducts in. These were off the Metropolitan dash, and it is a little close right here to the vent for the AC, and I'll just have to do something to make that work. I'm sure I'll figure it out when I get to that point. But all in all, that looks pretty good. The next part of this video, we need to get these switches in here. These are switches from Vintage Air, and plan is right now, they came in a little plastic case that I'm not going to use. It looks kind of hokey. So the plan right now is that I believe I'm going to take and splice this, cut this right here on this weld I've already done, come over to here, down, and I'll be able to slide this over, section that and slide that over, weld a new piece in here, and then just have a little bit of extra length, hopefully like another 3/4 of an inch or so. I'll be able to get these 4 switches in here. So that is the plan right now. So we'll start working on that. I got the cuts laid out here for the to section this part of the dash, or extend this part of the dash, maybe you would say. You can see I got the dicom on there and got it scribed here. So I'm going to go ahead right now, get this cut out, and then slide it over, and kind of show you guys how it's going to extend everything, how I'm going to tie this all back together. I got this side also scribed out. I'm going to do the other side first. I might slide this line here over just a bit. As you see, this kind of comes up here. I think it might be a little easier to get into here. So I'm just going to do the other side first, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to do that one. So I got the first side done here. Got the this part moved over, made room for the 2 switches that need to go in here. You can see where I go ahead and added this piece in here. There was a recess, not recess, but a boss here, or I believe what the choke was. So that wasn't going to work with the way the switches were. Went ahead and cut that out, and then made this whole filler piece in here. And that's on the bottom there. So cut that in there. And then while I was at it, this is where the this piece was right here, and this is where the shifter was. And it just didn't work. I think it looks better if I, look better just to make both sides the same here, both the symmetrical. So I went ahead and did that, and just made this piece here, little cardboard template. Cut that out and kind of push this piece, kind of bend it into shape. It does have a little bit of compound curve in it, and got it in there pretty close. And get the rest of the shape back in it when I'm welding it in, and I'll hammer it with a hammer and dolly just to get it where it needs to be. So got this one side done, like I said here. Gonna move over here and do this side. Same thing. You can see where my scribe line is. Gonna go ahead and cut it just like the other side there. Looks like it's the best way to do it. And then same thing. Move it over. Cut this boss out of here. Make another piece, weld it all in, but I'll get that set up on a time lapse so we can get a better idea how I did that. To show this in process here, and you can see where I moved this over 3/4 of an inch, same as the other side. You can see that on the video there. So move that over, and now I'll cut this piece out here also, which I believe where the cigarette lighter was. Went ahead and cut that out. Now I can make a filler piece like this out of some regular 18 gauge steel, and go ahead and put that in there, get that tacked in. And then we'll be right back to where the other side is. We'll get that tacked in and I'll get that TIG welded up. Alright, got both sides welded in now. And I got them, got that little filler piece I made right here. Got that in, got this all done. Got both sides stretched now. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some grinding, some hammering, and get this all smoothed out. And then we'll move on to the next step. So I have two of the knobs in here for the heat and AC control. And if you want to take a close look here, you kind of see I made a little boss that goes around the switches. I just thought it'd be a nice little detail. And I'm going to go ahead and set up the camera here and do this other side and show you how I did that. I did make this little jig here. Just a simple couple pieces of 3/16 that I welded together. Used a hole saw, cut out the center. And then just use the cutouts here. They sit right on here like this. And I just tighten them down. And that made those little bosses. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side on camera here and show you how I did that. Okay, so there are the other two. Got it added in there. You know, they're not 100% perfect, but they look pretty nice. And I think once it's all finished, it'll finish out just fine. So if I would do it again, because I had this idea after I had the pieces welded in there, I would make the piece first, which I had a test piece over here. Here's the one I made first, and they're a little bit better, but those would have I would have cut those out first and welded them in, but I think they're close enough, so I'm going to go ahead and just run them with what I got. I think they come out pretty nice, and I say nothing's going to be perfect, and probably a little bit of filler will finish them up just fine. The dash is all done as far as I can get it for now, until I get some more stuff in the car, steering column, all that kind of stuff, but going to call it done, and move back on to the turbo stuff. Been a fun project. I think it came out really, really well. I showed I just threw the speedometer in there, the ashtray, everything, all the vents and the knobs for the heat and AC controls, just to show how it's all gonna look done. Still got to put a wiper switch in there somewhere, which is why I didn't weld that hole up right here. So I'll figure that out. Hopefully I can find another ignition switch. They were offering them reproduction for the Metropolitans. They're out of stock right now, so hopefully I'll get those back in. But the ignition switch is there in the center, and the headlight switch is on the outside, so I want to reuse that. It's kind of a cool feature. The other thing I wanted to show is the knobs that come with the vintage air. They're okay. They have to me more of a 60s kind of look to them. So what I'm thinking is here is the knob that I took off the wiper motor for the Metropolitan. I'd like to find something like this. They do make these pre-production, but they're $22 a piece. So let's see if I can find something a little bit better. But I went and drilled out the center there, and I tapped it. I don't have an Allen screw for it here right now, but drilled and tapped it, and then I could use something like that. I think that'll give it a lot better look. So we'll see, but I say that's done for now. I can come back to that and revisit that later. So all right, that wraps up the dash install here on the 32. I'm gonna try to keep these videos coming every week if possible. And I just want to say thanks again for watching. We appreciate it.